Lights, camera, and lots of action in Rockmart as they put in a full feature, and the Yellow Jackets starred as the good guys on Friday night's highlights from a Hollywood homecoming after a word from this Polk Sportswire sponsor. This week's highlight reel is brought to you by Culver Exterminating Company in Rockmart, who wish all of our local athletes at every level a great rest of the fall season, and congratulations to all the young ladies and gentlemen on the homecoming court this year. And remember, when you need a good defense in your home or business from the pest looking to get in, get Culver Exterminating Company in Rockmart to go on the offense for you. Call Culver Exterminating Company at 770-684-7686 today. That's 770-684-7686, or visit culverext.com to schedule an appointment. Thanks to our friends over at Culver Exterminating Company for their support of local sports coverage at polksportswire.com and news at polktoday.com. Jacket Nation got dressed up and rolled out the red carpet for Homecoming 2022, and boy did the team put on a show against the Haralson County Rebels in what, at least to me, felt like a true return to Rockmart football standards as we've come to expect from the Yellow Jackets. They needed a normal game after some of the craziness the season had to offer: thunderstorms, injury delays, and the lights going out, just to name a few. The opening kickoff went Rockmart's way, and the home team got right to work wearing down what resistance the Rebels had to offer in this region matchup. Let's break down from the first quarter to the finish in this one, especially after the opening kickoff cost a minor heart attack, but at least Rockmart recovered the fumble. Let's get right to it. First quarter opening drive, Rockmart ball, and an opportunity to blow our special effects budget right away. Lanier McCrary gets a spectacular block, switches directions, and says bye-bye Holden Davis, and gets upfield for a first down. Slowing this one down, and let's watch McCrary get the handoff, and then Cam Ferguson get a key block here, and Zay Middlebrooks get another one here. Then continuing, Tucker Wade thinks he has a chance to chase McCrary down, but then he stops and switches directions and makes Holden Davis miss, all in the same play. Two guys brought him down to bring this first down to a conclusion. Mad respect, Lanier McCrary. Every good Hollywood movie has a good guy, and Brent Washington is ours this game. Watch as he crosses the goal line for the first touchdown of the night after a direct snap and makes it look way too easy. What's more is that Mr. Washington is all business. No touchdown celebration with the teammates, just some pats, and let's get back to work, fellas. He's all business on defense, too. Look how fast he gets to Caden Hughes on this running play that went absolutely nowhere. Defense stood tall all night for Rockmart. Washington had a huge night on tackles just as much as he did on touchdowns. Stay tuned, more to see. Meanwhile, first quarter Jackets ball on their second series. J.D. Davis under center, and even he got me on this one as Cam Ferguson sprinted in and out of my view on this handoff before I even realized what was happening. But don't worry, I got the important part. Here comes Ferguson getting some blocking assistance from Dennis Sims, and Braylon Jones finding his next gear as he goes all the way. Touchdown Jackets. PAT good, 14-0 first quarter. We had Mortal Kombat moves at Cedartown. I'm not sure what this is. Fun, pure and simple. Back to our hero in this film on defense. Brent Washington once again puts a stop to Haralson County's run game without much resistance there. Ouch. And this drive in the second quarter, we like this little rollout move he puts on at the end of a first down. Washington's got the moves for homecoming, which helps set up his next big touchdown run. He gets the handoff, has a huge hole thanks to the offensive line, speeds through, and no one can stop him on a mission to score 6. Touchdown Jackets. Rockmart up 21-0. Fast forward some more here. We've got J.D. Davis under center and making his moves. Here goes the rest of our budget on this blockbuster because we've got to break down what's happening here. Davis completes the pass to Braylon Jones, who finds himself in perfect position to speed past the Haralson defense, and with the help of JoJo Haynes' block, he makes it 28-0 even after running into two Rebel defenders who still can't stop him for touchdown Jackets once again. Let's break this pass play down because it's just a thing of beauty. Davis starts looking for the play to develop, but feels his opportunity in the pocket dwindling fast. So he goes to Jones here in, from my view, what looks like a short screen route. He makes Holden Davis miss a tackle, and then gets blocking help from JoJo Haynes here. Several bad missed tackles there, and you've got the makings of a hard-hitting 6 points coming up for gold for Rockmart. Still second quarter, J.D. Davis makes the handoff to Cam Ferguson. He almost gets in for another touchdown, but got caught up by the Haralson's defense in the secondary. Don't worry because the hero comes in to help finish the job. Another direct snap to Washington, and no one is stopping him in the Rebels defense because he gets in for another touchdown. Let's note that this is touchdown number 3 of the night. 35-0 Rockmart heading into halftime. time to throw out the script. Third quarter, Jackets ball in their own territory. Don't worry, Cam Ferguson is about to solve that problem. He gets a handoff. Offensive line made a great block as per usual. And Haralson, you're regretting those missed tackles right now because Ferguson is downfield for 6. 79 yards for the score. Jackets up 42-0 third quarter. Not to be outdone, our hero for the night wasn't going to let Cam steal the show. Oh no. He gets free and sprints downfield for a 75-yard run in for 6. Touchdown, Rockmart. But that one was just a little too much for Washington. He felt it in his legs there at the end. 48-0 Jackets, TD number 4, and he was finished for the night. If anyone is getting the last chance to steal the spotlight, Tyshawn Johnson with these sick running moves is going to. At this point, the Rebels can do nothing on defense against Rockmart's run game, and Tyshawn Johnson turns up the afterburners for one final big TD run of the night. 72 yards, touchdown Jackets. 56-0 after the PAT. Y'all, nothing that Haralson could do was enough to stop the Rock from rolling, and this one finished in a 56-0 victory for the Yellow Jackets on Friday night with a running clock in the fourth quarter. The goose egg for Haralson is the first time since 2000 that the Rebels have failed to score any points against the Jackets, also the first game between the two schools in neighboring counties since 2015. Rockmart moves to 4-2 on the season and 2-0 in Region 7AA play, just behind North Murray, who are 3-0 but have an extra week of region play ahead of Rockmart right now. Before we go, congrats to Maddie Owens for being crowned the 2022 Homecoming Queen, and thanks to the whole court for participating. Look out on Polk today for subscriber-only video coverage of the full ceremony and something brief here on YouTube. Maybe with an interview, audio might be shot. We're gonna have to check. Okay, it's time to feel the awe of the outcomes as I did for Week 8. Let's take a look at the area scoreboard. I'm working on getting some clips from WGA, but here's something for you. Cedartown completely blanks the Heritage Generals 42-0. Bulldogs scored all of their points in the first half and dealt Heritage their first loss of the year in this shutout rout. Kudos to Harlem Diamond kicking things off with a 71-yard run, and Tay Harris putting up a 63-yard run to set up a 2-yard touchdown on their next possession almost immediately in the first quarter. Big-time players make big-time plays. Keep it up, Cedartown. Will be back with you on October 21st from the sidelines. Bulldogs show their number 1 ranking will stand tall against another undefeated team, and I won't lie, I was hoping for as much. This means our Region 7 4A scoreboard has even more implications for upcoming games after everyone gets a bye week coming up. Let's get into it. Sonoraville 35, Central 34. This one went to 2 overtimes. Phoenix put up a touchdown in each extra frame, and Central fell in the final moments with a missed point after attempt. Devin Powell scored on a 10-yard run before that. That puts Norville in second place behind Cedartown. The only thing separating them right now is points differential, since both sit at 2-0 in the region. Bulldogs travel to Gordon County for their next big matchup of the season. This one effectively decides the region title by the looks of things right now on October 21st. Probably no one here is surprised that my pregame pick on WGA got busted by this one. Northwest Whitfield 49, Southeast Whitfield 0. Bruins pick up a needed region win. Southeast heads into the basement where they were expected to go in the standings. Maybe next year Raiders keep working at it. They've got a bye before Central Carroll as well. Northwest has Heritage on October 24th. I expect the Generals to rebound after the Cedartown loss against Northwest, but we'll see. Hopefully they make it back into the top 10 list before we hit the end of the season. We'll see. Bruins, I'm not saying anything really because this was the expected result despite my hazy crystal ball picking on WGA's pregame show. Now let's shift over to what happened with Rockmart's foes in Region 7AA. Another expected result game, North Murray 63, Gordon Central 13. The Mountaineers will be the team for Rockmart to beat based on the current 7AA standings. We'll see them at the end of the season. No hangover for the Blue Devils after the Rockmart loss. Model 24, Fannin County 0. Blue Devils can still cement a second or third place playoff spot depending on how the next few games go for them. Fannin looks like they're going to have to get to work this week before Murray County comes to town on October 14th. Murray County had off. Rockmart heads their way next Friday, and we'll be there to see the so far yet to win Indians try to defend their home turf against Rockmart. Moving on to the rest of the area, let's start off close to home over in Paulding County with some scores and move up to the shocker games. Douglas County 33, Paulding County 7. I figured the Patriots had more shock and awe for this one, but I guess I was wrong. Hughes 59, East Paulding 0. Hughes is the best team in the state right now in 6A, so I'm not surprised by this outcome at all. South Paulding 61, New Manchester 7. Hey Spartans, keep your good season going. I know you had something good going with that close score against University of Carrollton. Moving up to Floyd County squads. Darlington 48, Chattooga 21. Hey, yo, Tigers, are those some pity points for Chattooga? I expected a shutout. Still region champs in my view. Some teams step up and prove me wrong here. Pepperell 45, Armurchie 7. Indians let me down on my pregame picks once again. Sorry, Armurchie, y'all have a rest of the hard season ahead. Dragons keep proving each week you've got what it takes, and you might find yourself in a 4th place playoff spot. Rome 52, Sequoia 0. This was the expected outcome. Wolves will continue rolling through the rest of the year. Tryon 14, Coosa 7. Bulldogs are going to the playoffs, likely 2nd place. Coosa, you keep improving up there in Western Floyd County, maybe next year. Shifting south, and speaking of the University of Carrollton 35, East Coweta 15. Lower score than expected. This should tell us something about East Coweta. You know about Central Carroll and Haralson, so here's a few more from South Polk County you might care about. Bremen Blue Devils have a big bounce back win over Lafayette 41-14. Blue Devils move to 4-3. Ramblers are at 1-6. Bremen has to beat Colhill Creek, Adairsville, and Lakeview for Oglethorpe to keep their 3rd place spot in the region. Maybe playoffs are in their future. Not so much for Lafayette. Bowden 47, Forest Park 7. Red Devils will continue to be a good team this year and should be a deep playoff threat if this string of luck continues for them. We'll see. Mount Vernon 27, Mount Zion Carroll 14. Eagles have been very up and down this year. I have no idea what to make of them right now. Temple hat off. Shifting east and heading up out to 75 for a while. Hurricanes reformed up in Cartersville, and the Cass Colonels got storm damage. Final score 35-13. Adairsville Tigers are cruising toward a region championship and dominated Ridgeland 42-7. Tigers are a 1-loss team right now. They look to stay that way through the rest of the year. They've got a good run of games coming up for them. Expect a 6 AAA title for them in 2022. Moving a bit further north, back at Catoosa County, Ringgold Tigers finally get their feet on the ground looking for a 2nd place playoff spot after a solid 34-13 win over Colhill Creek at home. Just a few miles away, Gordon Lee got a big win on the road over LFO, and a much needed one at that. Trojans 47-27 over the Warriors. Y'all, with what I'm about to tell you, this news is huge for the Catamounts, who earlier in the non-region play looked like they were in for a tough time in 2022. Dalton 28, Woodland Cartersville 7. But hold on, you might have thought we've forgotten about a big matchup which deserves some real attention from everyone here in Northwest Georgia, showing that Giants can be slain on any given Friday night. Hiram Hornets 44, Calhoun Yellow Jackets 34. Yes, you heard that right, folks. Hiram somehow beat Calhoun. Maybe it is a hangover loss after a brutal 3 overtime victory over Cartersville last week, bringing their regular season storm to an end. Or maybe something else is happening up there in Gordon County, because y'all, this armchair football picker has no idea which way the winds are blowing this season at all. This also means that right now, neither Calhoun or Cartersville are leading in their region. It's Dalton. The Cats are at 2-0 in their region, with Cass on deck for next week and one more potential win under their belts to go 3-0 in region play. Their matchup is against Calhoun on October 21st and Cartersville on October 28th are now the definition of having to run the gauntlet. They have to win these 3 games because Calhoun has Woodland next week and Cass on October 28th, and Cartersville finishes out the season with Hiram this coming week, Woodland October 21st, and then Dalton to close it out. Absolute madness is ensuing in October. I'm on the edge of my seat here. How will it end? You'll have to come back next week to find out with us. We're taking Janice the Jeep on a road trip to Chatsworth this Friday night, so stay tuned for more Polk Sports Wire highlights in the area scoreboard from week 9 on the sidelines with the Rockmart Yellow Jackets. I'm Kevin, the editor. Thanks for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, or click the suggested video. Visit polksportswire.com for more clips for paid subscribers we didn't use in tonight's video in our Raw Hits feature. Week 7 of Model vs. Rockmart is coming up on Sunday sometime, finally. 40 plus clips in total are available from that one. Whew. We'll see you next week from the sidelines.